Starting off on our number 10 spot, we have the school ghost. This video is one that comes to us from 2017, and it is said to be security camera footage from a school that captures a ghost on tape. The video is under 2 minutes, but it's jam-packed full of an angry ghost throwing things around, moving chairs, and making a bunch of loud, creepy noises. For this first clip, take a look at the chairs that are further down the hallway. Feeling a little unsettled. I bet the person who came into school to find their bag next to the trash can was probably pretty annoyed. For the final act of the ghost in this video, this ghost decided to rip a poster off of the wall. Honestly, I'm always skeptical of ghost videos, but there's something so eerie about this one, so I'll let you be the judge. In our number 9 spot today, we have Satan's Bridge. This video comes from someone who took a video searching around a place called Satan's Bridge. It begins with someone showing a bunch of animal carcasses that have just been left around, from possible sacrifice ceremonies that may have taken place in the area. He continues to search the place and ended up recording some footage that I think does an amazing job at capturing the bad vibes that this place holds. I wish I could know all of the stories that this bridge holds, but I feel like it may be for the best that they remain hidden from all of us. This guy filming finds some more evidence of things that could point to satanic rituals being held, and honestly, I'm impressed that he was able to stick around exploring for so long, because I would have been out of there immediately. In our number 8 spot today, we have the house. This creepy video starts out with some people driving down a dark, lonely road, which is how all terrible things start. They pass this house that seems to be abandoned and the only one in the area, and it's nighttime with no lights, so the house is obviously dark. The people in the car as they drive by shine a light at this dark abandoned house just to see what they can, I guess, and that is when something appears. What was that? A ghost? A demon? A real actual person? At this point, I'll probably never know, and to be honest, I think I'm okay with that. In our number 7 spot today, we have the dark web. The people who posted this video explained that they received coordinates on the dark web. When they traveled to the coordinates, they found this tape that we're going to be talking about, as well as a collection of other things, all said to belong to a killer. I feel like this tape would have still been creepy without knowing the backstory, but it is 1,000 times creepier having those details. The video is fairly long, and while not a lot happens in it, there is certainly something sinister going on. It's basically just a video of a guy digging a hole with a shovel. We hear him in his car as he arrives at the location, we hear him digging, and you can even see him picked up an object wrapped in a black garbage bag and put it into the hole. You can't really see him. In fact, you can't see much, but there's definitely enough to know something's going on. All I have to say is I really hope that this video is fake. In our number 6 spot today, we have the cabin. This creepy video was apparently filmed in 1988 and was found in a scary abandoned log cabin deep in the forest in Poland a few decades later. The footage shows whoever is operating the camera walking around filming the log cabin. They end up getting to an open window and are kind of focused on it and studying it when all of a sudden, out of the blue, it just snaps shut. At the same time, a paranormal sounding yell can be heard, but no one is around, and then the camera goes blank. Exactly sure what happened here, but I would have been out of the cabin as fast as I could possibly go. Like a cabin in the forest and there's yelling. Ugh. In our number 5 spot today, we have The Summoning. This video comes from 2001 and shows a group of teenagers who are trying to summon a spirit while, of course, recording it for the camera. They start in a circle, all holding hands with their eyes closed, and one of the friends is in the center of the circle. They're trying to get the spirit to contact them through the friend that's in the middle of the circle, but things start to go awry when one of the friends holding hands in the circle collapses.
Então, ai caraças, assim, destino.
At first, his friends think that he's just playing around with them, but then he starts convulsing and everyone gets extremely freaked out. After he gets up from the floor, he's not only acting scary, but his posture has certainly changed, and everyone else who is there is rightfully extremely scared.
Sustino. Ó Sustino, caralho. Opa, não lhe toque, caraças, diz! Olha as costas dele, meu! Olha as costas dele!
The video shows the rest of the boys being super frightened by their now possessed friend's scary behavior, and they're trying to figure out what to do. By the end of the video, their real friend has luckily come back to them, but he doesn't remember anything that happened. In our number 4 spot today, we have Paraguay. This footage comes from Paraguay. It was taken on a camcorder that had some spots filmed over by other family members. The audio and the video ended up getting blended and corrupted, and just left us with this footage that looks like it could be straight out of a horror movie. Because it's so messed up, I really don't know what is going on, but I'll show you some of the video so you can see what I mean. I don't know why, but that one kid who looks like they're sitting on top of the roof really freaks me out. In our number 3 spot today, we have the creepy Croatia video. This video comes from Croatia and starts with just 2 young men, one filming and one who's in the shot. Quickly, the one who is filming sees some strange figure watching them. They don't seem freaked out at first and are honestly kind of laughing about it.
Nel, pišu, kaj radi? Sam stoji.
Namo dalje mi.
Kaj radi samo?
Pa nemam pojma.
Da, ne vezi, aj,
The figure quickly gets even closer to the guys, and they still honestly seem unbothered, even though I am basically screaming at the screen for them to run away.
velika. Au, Isuse Bože.
Ček, to je li to ono opet?
To je veliko je pišu.
Dobro, daj.
Veliko. Korak.
Nemam pojma, daj ga.
Just the way that this thing walks is enough to freak me right out. When the boys finally begin to run away, the thing continues to follow them and is now standing fully straight up.
Snimaj, sad nemoj
Da, da.
pobjeći. Kaj radi se, Bože? Kaj radi?
Ne znam. Ej, jel si ti u redu, onak?
Oprosti, ali vam treba pomoć.
The worst part about this disturbing video is the fact that the description says that the 2 men in the video haven't been seen since that day. In our number 2 spot today, we have Meat Sleep. Meat Sleep was a YouTube channel that uploaded extremely creepy videos that people thought were depicting some pretty horrible acts. The videos and their titles would include clues, and people would spend days trying to find all the secret hidden messages in the video. One day, Meat Sleep uploaded a video that was called No More and explained that there would be no more videos and all of the other videos were deleted. Someone made a YouTube channel dedicated to re-uploading their videos, and I wanted to show you guys a clip of one of them because, oh my goodness, they're so scary. Before I show the clip, just a heads up that this one is kind of flashy and almost like strobe light-like, so just please proceed with caution on this one because I want you to be safe, okay?
You live here. I let you live here. I gave you a home. Now you live here. You're ungrateful. You live here. I took
Do you guys see what I mean? so strange and so creepy. It turns out that 11 people from different countries were actually behind this channel, but I honestly don't know much more beyond that. In our number 1 spot today we have the barbershop. This video comes to us from some CCTV footage that was taken from inside of a barbershop. Basically it starts off completely normally, someone's getting a haircut, the other employees are chilling, it's a regular day, no worries, that is, until one of the employees sees one of the capes that is laid over the chair move. This is what caused the employees to go back and look at the tape, and that is when they realized all of the things that moved, but that they just didn't see. For this clip, keep an eye on the cape that's blue. If you're like me, you're probably wondering when someone's gonna notice.
Oh, hell no. Hell no.
Yeah, he noticed, and he had the exact same reaction I would. For this last clip, it's the creepiest one yet in my opinion. I'm not gonna tell you what to look for, I'm just gonna let you enjoy it and find it on your own.
Can we put a security tape back? Because that just moved. Like that just moved. Like that just moved. I'm not gonna...
In our number 9 spot today we have Metamorphosis. Before I dive into this one guys, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you're enjoying the video so far, because it really helps us out. This next clip comes from a 1912 silent film and is honestly just weird and creepy. It's entirely possible that this was normal by 1912 standards, but in 2021 it's got me feeling uncomfortable. The film is titled Metamorphosis, and I guess that is what you could call what I'm about to show you. Am I the only one who is extremely creeped out by this? I hate that they are burned backwards and then do those little weird movements only to be burned forwards again. I wish I knew more about the intention behind this film because it honestly seems like there's some sort of witchcraft going on here. In our number 8 spot today we have this weather warning video. This weather warning starts off normal enough but quickly turns strange and kind of frightening. It starts off looking like just a regular old newscast that gets interrupted. Those alarm sounds never mean anything good though. The weather warning continues on and it shows that there is going to be a meteorological event effective immediately until the sunrise the next day. Then it goes on to say that residents should not observe this event with their naked eye. Okay, maybe there's some sort of sciencey thing that I'm not aware of, but that seems kind of weird maybe. Then it cuts back to the regular news type situation for like 2 seconds before it switches back to a creepier emergency alert. It shows that there is now a civil danger alert. So now I'm like, okay, what is going on, you guys? Then things really go off the rails. Messages start coming across the screen that say to go outside now, don't look at the moon, stay inside, don't look at the night sky. They say to avoid mirrors, and then these weird messages start coming across the screen. The end of the video is just these shots of the moon. You guys, luckily I found out that this one is not real and I felt so relieved because I was absolutely convinced that I was about to be contacted by the men in black. In our number 7 spot today we have Meat Sleep. Meat Sleep was a YouTube channel that uploaded extremely creepy videos that people thought were depicting some pretty horrible acts. The videos and their titles would include clues, and people would spend days trying to figure out all of the secret hidden messages in the videos. One day Meat Sleep uploaded a video that was called No More and explained that there would be no more videos and all the other videos were deleted. Someone made a YouTube channel dedicated to re-uploading their videos, and I wanted to show you guys a clip of one of them because, oh my goodness, they are so scary. Before I show the clip, just a heads up that this one is kind of flashy and almost like a strobe light effect, so just proceed with caution because I want you guys to be safe.
You live here. I let you live here. I gave you a home. Now you live here. You're ungrateful. You live here.
Do you guys see what I mean? So strange and so creepy. It turns out that 11 people from different countries were behind this channel, but I honestly don't know much more beyond that. In our number 6 spot today, we have username 666. This was one of the original creepy YouTube videos, and trust me, you'll be able to tell right away. This video shows someone typing in youtube.com/666 and then refreshing the page repeatedly. After a while of refreshing, eventually the thumbnails all turn blank and just have the number in the corner. Then the page turns red and things get progressively darker. First of all, look at how old that YouTube is. We definitely have to take a moment to appreciate that. But also, what the heck is going on, you guys? Things get creepier as they begin playing videos on this dark side of YouTube, and the user is unable to escape the web page or stop the videos from playing. They even try shutting down the computer, but it just won't let them, and then this happens. Honestly, you guys, I first saw this one in elementary school, and it still freaks me right out every single time. In our number 5 spot today, we have Carrie's masks. You guys, this video isn't necessarily scary, but boy is it weird. This is some sort of ad for these weird masks that honestly I feel like are carrying some sort of curse. The video is basically just someone wearing one of these masks while staring at the camera. You guys, am I going crazy, or is this not just a super bizarre video? To make matters even worse, the ad has The Stranger by Billy Joel playing, which we unfortunately cannot include in our video. Normally that song is an absolute banger, but in this scenario, it is honestly nightmare fuel. In our number 4 spot today, we have a creepy Croatia video. This video comes from Croatia and starts out with just 2 young guys, one filming and one who's in the shot. Quickly, the one who is filming sees some strange figure watching them. They don't seem freaked out at first, and they're honestly kind of laughing about it.
Ne, pišu, kaj radi? Sam stoji.
Vamo dalje mi.
Kaj radi?
The figure quickly gets even closer to the guys, and they still honestly seem unbothered, even though I am basically screaming at the screen for them to run away.
Dobro, daj.
Just the way that thing walks is enough to freak me right out. When the boys finally begin to run away, the thing continues to follow them and is now standing fully up straight.
Kaj radi?
Ne znam. Ej, jel si ti u redu, onak?
Oprosti, ali vam treba pomoć.
The worst part about this disturbing video is the fact that the description says that the 2 men in the video haven't been seen since that day. Not good. In our number 3 spot today, we have Rubber Johnny. Okay, so the video I'm about to show you guys, it's fake. I'm gonna be upfront about that, but it is still so creepy, and the person who made it did an amazing job. The clip I'm about to show you is of the character Johnny, and honestly, just take a look.
We're not really getting anywhere, are we, at the moment?
You guys, literally, what the heck was that? If I didn't know this was fake, I honestly would have thought this was a real video of a real alien or something like that. This video definitely had me freaked right out. In our number 2 spot today, we have the Yuri Lipsky video. This is real footage taken by a man named Yuri Lipsky, who I've actually mentioned in another video of mine. Yuri was a diver who passed away in 2000. He had gone to dive in the Blue Hole, which is in the Red Sea, but unfortunately he never made it back above the water. Before his dive, he had a camera strapped to him, so when his body was found, they were able to recover the tape that he had recorded. The video starts off pretty normally, it seems, and is honestly quite beautiful before things take their extremely dark turn. I'm very unfamiliar with diving at all, but from what I read, it seems like Yuri made a pretty dangerous move by going so deep with little equipment, and it unfortunately cost him his life. Here is some of the footage that he captured. It is closer to the end of the tape, so he is quite deep in the Blue Hole. One thing I did read about Yuri is that he showed his bravery by making sure to capture his dive computer on video before his passing. Starting off this list in our number 10 spot, we have this abandoned mine video. This tape comes from 1998 when some teenagers went snooping through an abandoned mine.
Got some pipe. Oh, wow. We have to climb that.
Yeah, tell everybody get up.
I got
You're gonna be the lucky one to fall.
This is going to America's Funniest when somebody falls. That's good.
They're searching around and eventually come to an area where they need to use a rope to drop down to the level below. The boys believe that their plan is foolproof and that they'll all climb down the rope, and then when it's time to leave, they'll all just climb back up the rope. The first friend, named Adam, goes to climb down the rope when they all suddenly come to realize that perhaps this was a terrible idea. They obviously didn't secure the rope enough, and Adam ended up falling 65 feet down.
Adam! Oh, Adam!
He was knocked unconscious and obviously injured, but luckily his friends were able to call for help. Adam had to wait several hours in the dark before being rescued, but it certainly could have been much worse. In our number 8 spot today, we have this arsonist video. This video is definitely dark and just very disturbing. It's a video of an arsonist who has just lit a huge fire. He stands a decent distance away, filming the fire and commenting on his work, and man, did it ever give me the chills. It's obviously someone who is very proud of the destruction that they are causing. You can hear the fire truck sirens in the background as they're on their way to the scene, which honestly just adds another layer of creepiness in my opinion. The fact that he is willing to stick around and film this definitely increases his chances of getting caught, but I also feel like it shows just how badly he wants recognition for his insane crimes. Watching this video honestly made me feel like I was on Criminal Minds and that I needed to profile who this insane man is.
Coming in number 7, we have Creeper in the Bank. With so much of the world working from home and needing to do Zoom calls all the time, this next clip is going to have you looking over your shoulder every time you're in a Zoom meeting. That's not what you want creeping around in your house when you're not looking. And the sad part is that this guy looks like he was actually enjoying himself very much on that computer call. Little did he know he was about to get devoured by some alien intruder that wants to wear his skull as a hat. Now, I don't know what the aftermath of this video was, so if anyone knows if this guy is still alive and kicking or if he got turned into a lampshade, please let me know in the comments below.
In our number 6 spot today, we have a plane crash video. This video comes from August of 1984, and it starts off fairly normal and is just showing the view as a pilot named James Jeb Cadell flies a plane through the air over some rolling hills that look pretty green and filled with trees. There isn't really any audio other than the loud sound of the plane's engine, but at a few points the pilot begins speaking to someone else. The person he is speaking to is the only passenger on the plane, and his name is Ronald Hugh Wilmond.
Oh, look at that down there, Ronnie, on the left. Nice little lake and a cabin.
They continue flying around, not a ton of talking, but just a few little tidbits here and there. As it turns out, the density altitude conditions of the day weren't really taken into account and caused things to take a turn for the worst. James tries his best to get away from the rising terrain and stalls the airplane 3 times in his attempts before it ultimately crashes. This tape was found hanging in the trees by backpackers who stumbled upon the crash site 3 years after it had occurred. It is super scary to watch, and it really shows how things can change in an instant.
Coming in at number 5, we have missing Australian teens. This was a huge story in Australia just a few years ago. There were 4 teenagers who went out together one night and they never came back. There was a massive search to try and find them, but there was no luck. Eventually, everyone lost hope and there was little clues as to what could have happened to these kids. The only piece of evidence that ever popped up was a tape that was found months after the boys went missing. It was taken by the 4 boys and it was an 8-minute video of them driving around until they pulled off on a dirt road to go explore an abandoned hospital. Here's some of that footage.
Oh, we're lost, huh? How dark is this place?
It's suspected that these teens could have gotten lost in the woods and maybe died from exposure, but they did cross into some land that said private property, no trespassing, so it's possible that they were confronted by someone who might have killed them. To this day, it is still a mystery.
In our number 4 spot today, we have a creepy stalker video. This whole video is about a minute long and is one of the scariest videos I've ever seen in my life. While the video itself doesn't show anything super crazy, it's the story behind it that is cruel and gruesome. This video was taken by a stalker before he ended up taking the life of his victim. Her name was Lauren Giddings and she was a 27-year-old law student. She unfortunately ended up crossing paths with this absolute psycho who officials believe was on his way to becoming a serial killer. He took this video before entering her apartment and it is him creeping and peering into her windows. Like I mentioned before, the video doesn't show much other than the fact that this guy was obviously very disturbed.
Coming in number 3, we have the Paraguay home video. Well, this video is bizarre on several levels, and it's not just the video itself, it's all the stories that go along with this video. First, let's take a look at what the video is. Now this was filmed in the 90s and then popped up again on the internet, and the whole thing is like this. It's a bunch of strange edits and grainy distorted footage. It jumps around from place to place, and that's not even the weirdest part. The strange part is the audio that you can hear in the back of the video. It sounds demonic, like there's some sort of creature trying to communicate through the video. But that's where the creepy stories start. There's a list of people who have said they've heard hidden messages through this video. Some people say they see a demonic figure pop up only to have it disappear when they rewind, and there are even stories that people are brainwashed by this tape to do evil things. There isn't any hard evidence to prove any of this stuff, so right now it just stands as an internet urban legend.
In our number 2 spot today, we have this grave robber video. This video is taken from a VHS tape and is basically just an almost 30-minute long video of some guy explaining how to rob a grave. This is obviously an incredibly messed up thing to be doing, let alone teaching other people how to do it, but what adds an extra layer of creepiness is the fact that he is absolutely manhandling what seems to be a very real human skull throughout the video. He also shows other bones during his explanations.
They look great. And if you also get the leg bones, it'll look even better like this. With both of them, alright? Like that. They look beautiful.
I really wish I never had to sit through an entire explanation of all of the gritty details on how to rob a grave. It is a little too in-depth for me, and the fact that this guy has dirt all over his face really drives this one home for me, as if he had just finished doing exactly what he is describing. He also explains how to ensure that you don't get caught, since this is of course very illegal.
Let's say you robbed there are 5 graves, alright? Alright, for the first one you might be able you might get caught, alright? But if there's witnesses for the rest of them, you will get caught too. Why? Because they're gonna blame you for it, alright? Because they caught you for this one, that means you most likely did the rest of them, and the judge will say it was you.
All in all, I think I'm gonna stay far, far away from this guy and his creepy collection.
Coming in at the number 1 spot, we have the Grizzly Man tapes. I want to start off this one by saying we will not play the tape for this one. It's much too gruesome. If you want, you can go look it up yourself, but I will tell you that it can be very scarring. These tapes were the last thing left behind by Timothy Treadwell and his girlfriend. Timothy Treadwell was known as the Grizzly Man. He spent 13 years in and out of living with bears, which for most most would sound like the most terrifying thing you could imagine. But for him, he wanted to show the world that you could live with bears and they were not an animal to be feared. Well, even though he was able to spend over a decade in their presence, that would eventually lead to his death. Timothy was making a documentary about bears, so during that time, he was filming. One day while he was with a grizzly and his girlfriend, the bear turned on him and killed him and his girlfriend. You can't see what's happening, but you can hear the audio.
Starting off in our number 10 spot, we have video dating. Starting off our list in the creepiest way possible, we have this very strange and uncomfortable video dating recording. It is basically just a guy who is trying to make some sort of video profile for a dating service.
Hi, I'm Tony. I'm 36 years of age, 5'10", an entrepreneur, businessman, and part-time adventurer.
But there is just something off about the video. It could be his strange demeanor, but that is honestly the most normal part of the video somehow. Some of the creepier parts are more like the cut-ins of whatever the video was recorded over top of, or the clips where you can hear women screaming in the background. The entire video is about 3.5 minutes long, but throughout it there are some insanely creepy moments that literally gave me a shiver down my spine. You know when your mind just knows that something is off? Yeah, the alarm bells are ringing. In our number 9 spot today, we have the Barton Mansion ghost. This video is said to come from 2001 as someone explored throughout the Barton Mansion in California. This mansion is said to be the home of a ton of sinister happenings like satanic rituals, paranormal activity, and it's said that a demon even haunts the top floor. What more could you ask for? It is said that the night before this video was taken, a group had broken into the abandoned basement and there they found a creepy configuration of stones surrounding a piece of meat, which is exactly why they came back the next day to take some videos of the place. The part of the video that I want to show you is basically a first-person view as someone explores through this mansion, and it's when they spot something that none of us want to see that all hell breaks loose.
Down on the floor. Right there.
Jeez Louise. What did he see exactly? Well, I'm not entirely sure, but I also wouldn't have stuck around to find out. In our number 8 spot today, we have the Fallen Angel. This video follows two men entering some kind of a forest when they start to come across some really large feathers. They continue on their journey into the woods and follow wherever the feathers are leading them. Eventually they come across some sort of a creature that looks like a man with a wound in his back, but it's pretty difficult to see. Now here we get to the cursed, creepy, unsettling part. This man creature thing then turns his head and his eyes are illuminated by the light from the camera. This creature is meant to be a fallen angel. While this video is an actual real footage and was made by some Spanish horror film fans, it still is pretty cursed and very creepy and definitely unsettling. If I didn't know that this video was fake, I honestly probably would have believed it. In our number 7 spot today, we have the chair. Everyone loves a good comfy chair. I mean, one of those recliners with a cup holder and you can lean back and stretch your legs out. It's the dream. A big comfy cozy rocking chair? I'll be out in minutes. Yeah, except for when it's haunted and it just seems to rock all by itself. No thank you. This video is of a chair that is said to have been purchased used just a couple days prior. I hope they kept the receipt because there is no way I'd be taking a nap in this thing. I know it's like a small thing, but I mean it always starts out with something small. A rocking chair, a small sound, the flick of a light, and then suddenly chaos. In our number 6 spot today, we have the clip. This is a video that is titled clip 095.mp4, and after watching it, I certainly do not want to see the other 94 clips. I honestly wish that I could explain to you guys what is going on in this video, but I really truly have no idea. It is a weirdly put together VHS tape that features some strange looking people in masks, a weird thing that maybe looks like a clock, and just a whole bunch of bad energy. I'll let you guys watch most of it and see what you think is happening. I don't know what the heck is going on, but I feel like I don't even want to find out. Like that random clock sort of a situation in there, I have no idea what it really all means, but it doesn't look good. In our number 5 spot today, we have a Bigfoot sighting. Okay, listen, I'm I'm a huge skeptic when it comes to paranormal things, and especially when it comes to sort of urban legends. For example, Bigfoot. I really don't believe that any such creature like Bigfoot exists, but then I see a video like this and I almost hope that I'm wrong, because if not Bigfoot, then what in the world is this? Okay, I know that wasn't exactly the clearest video, so let's take another peek, but zoomed in a bit. Yeah, the guy who captured this video explained that whatever this was, it was the largest animal or human or creature that he had ever seen. Definitely not just a large bear or anything of that sort. They also explained that despite them spending a ton of time outdoors, hiking and the like, they've never had an encounter like this before. So, what could it be? In our number 4 spot today, we have the airplane haunting. This entire video is about 1.5 minutes long, and it starts off with a guy just walking through a dark and empty plane. I'm not sure if he's looking for something or someone specifically, or just, you know, scoping it out, but he gets to the back of the plane and he looks around with the flashlight, but he doesn't really see anything. He then turns to make his way back to the front of the plane, but then he possibly hears something, or maybe just feels a creepy presence, but it makes him turn around again to face the back of the plane. He continues to hold his flashlight and look toward the back of the plane before he sees this shadow creature ghost thing peek its head out from the corner. You can see it peek its head out once and the man misses it, but the second time he sure got out of there as quickly as possible.
No mames.
In our number 3 spot today, I have the crying ghost. This is a video that is said to have captured a ghost on tape, but this ghost is a sad ghost. They're crying. I don't know, there's something very sinister seeming about a crying ghost. Are they trying to trick you? Why are they sad if they really are? I don't know. The person filming slowly enters a dark room and sees a shadowy figure in the corner slumped over sadly. Okay, that's creepy enough in my personal opinion, but things only get worse when they pan away from the figure for a second, and when the camera turns back, well, just watch and see. I don't know. All I'm saying is that if I saw that, I would move houses. Like, immediately. In our number 2 spot today, we have levitation. Okay, I'll be honest and upfront, this is a very strange video of a girl levitating in a forest. That's it. That's what the video is. This video starts off with a man and his dog walking through some kind of forest in the snow. They're playing fetch and the man throws the ball and the dog chases after it, but when the owner calls the dog back, the dog has clearly seen something else and begins running off. This is all fine and well, but when the man follows the dog to see where he's going, they come across something super strange. It is the girl levitating in the air. She's with another person and it's kind of unclear if he is the one who's levitating her or if she's doing it by herself. I'm not exactly sure how levitation works, but when they realize that someone is watching them, she quickly returns to the ground and they both run off. I know the clip is really grainy and hard to see, but there is definitely something weird going on there. In our number 1 spot today, we have the hotel ghost. This video is one that is a little bit older, but man is it freaky, and it's one that went viral pretty quickly after it was posted to the internet, and I totally understand why. This footage is from a hotel security camera from September 14th, 2003, and the audio is the hotel security's radio feed. The video starts off with the security guard being sent up to check on room 209 because there's no one checked into the room, but there are reports of screaming coming from the room. Never a good sign.
John, do you copy? It's room 209. Amy says nobody's checked into that room, and there's reports of screaming coming from that room.
The security guard, John, gets to the room and we can clearly hear screaming coming from the room, and it is obviously scaring John.
What's going on, John?
John goes to knock on the door and potentially enter before he's instructed not to and to wait for the police just in case anything terrible is going on in the room, but John decides not to wait in case there's anyone who needs his help, and he ends up entering the room. sure if you guys caught that, but after John enters the room, you can literally see a ghost float out of the room past him. The light outside of the room flickers, and then a few seconds later, John comes back out of the room, and we can all breathe a sigh of relief that he is fine. John, however, has some unsettling news for us. He says that no one is in the room, but the shower was turned on and all of the furniture had been turned upside down and the carpet was all ripped up. It is very unclear what went on in this hotel room, but whatever it is, it couldn't have been good.